So those are my opinions on Richmond. I'm going to go into it in another episode about what my specific thoughts on the comedy scene, but we're going to move on to the news. In the news this week, mostly entertainment. We're going to dig right into Bruce Jenner. Now, ABC airs a 2-hour interview with Bruce Jenner. It's a little funny to me. It's like 2 hours. Diane Sawyer sits down with Bruce and asks him the tough questions, and Bruce reveals that Bruce felt that he's been a man in a woman's body for the last 50 years. He kept that pretty secret. He only told a handful of people, and it's a very interesting interview. Now, I was kind of shocked at this, but hey, the whole Bruce Jenner sex change thing sounds kind of funny, but if he wants to do it, if that's what he feels, it's a very funny thing. Do I think he should have a sex change? No, but who am I? 1 hour too much? 2 hours for anything? A little overkill for a guy to say that he thinks he's a woman. I think I got that in 20 minutes. I didn't need 2 hours of the same nonsense. But hey, you're gonna get the ratings up. So ABC, I guess you did a good job. Considering the shows you have, like Shark Tank, aren't very good. Whatever. Moving on, former WWE superstar CM Punk. It's been reported that he signed a deal with Marvel Comics and he'll be developing the new Guardians of the Galaxy comic series. Now, I'm really excited to see that. I'm a big Marvel fan. I haven't really read Marvel comics in about 20 years, but I still keep up with the product. I watch the movies, so I'm interested to see if the former WWE champion is going to contribute well to Marvel. I'm interested to see what kind of angles and stories he's going to come up with and where he's going to go with it. I'm a fan. I hope to see him in his UFC debut in the next couple months. So we'll see where that goes. Another major entertainment story is the return of Full House. Now, Netflix announced that Full House will be rebooted as Fuller House. Now it's 20 years later. The girls are all grown up. And Candace Cameron's character is going to move into the house that we all know with her children, and they're going to continue the story. Now, as of right now, the Olsen twins have not signed on, and Lori Loughlin and Becky isn't involved yet, so we're going to see where this goes. But honestly, I could get into it. Netflix producing a new Full House, I'd give it a shot. I'm a fan of nostalgic 80s TV, so I can get into it. Doesn't sound that bad, actually. But at the same time, I'm wondering, what's with all the reboots? Can we get something else? Like, don't get me wrong, I'll watch it, but Netflix also said they're rebooting Inspector Gadget, so can we get some new stuff? I'm waiting to see some new things, so that's interesting. Now, the other thing in the news is the Mayweather-Pacquiao super fight. Now, even the cheap seats for this thing are going at $1,500. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Should it have happened several years ago? Yeah, I think 3 years ago when Manny wasn't, beaten. At that time, Manny was undefeated, and there was a lot of hype about that going on. But Mayweather supposedly ducked the fight. So I don't know. I'm thinking this is going to be a dud. Especially for $100 on HD pay-per-view. I'm giving that the thumbs down. If you go to see that, or you pay to see that, I think you're an idiot. Do I think it'll go most of the rounds? Yes. Do I think it's going to be anything that is going to be in the history books? No. It's just another fight with two overpaid guys that are going to, try to cash out at the end. Because a lot of people say Mayweather's retiring after this win, lose, or draw, so Manny Pacquiao has been beat. Can he beat Mayweather? I think he can. Is it going to be the greatest fight ever? I don't think so. I'd rather watch any UFC pay-per-view or any WWE pay-per-view over this. Sad to say, but that's how we do it. So this week's What the Fuck moment has to do with actor Ben Affleck. Now, Ben Affleck appeared on a PBS show, one of those shows that documents your history and your family lineage, and apparently he had slave owning descendants. Now, that doesn't shock me. A guy who grew up in New England, his family's born and raised there. Doesn't shock me. Now, he asked the PBS documentary crew to edit that out of the tape. And then later on, he had to discuss the fact that he told them to edit it out, which is funny. I mean, look, a lot of people, back in the day owned slaves. It's not a shocker for you. Not in the least bit. So why did he have to edit that out? I guess he felt guilty, or he thought it would hurt him. But at the same time, it's his ancestors. It's not him. So I don't really understand all the fascination about that. I think Ben has a lot on his plate, considering Batman versus Superman is coming out very soon. But I don't think that would really hurt Batman versus Superman that much. Honestly, I think that's just more of he has to protect his image, but at the same time, editing it out because you're ashamed of your slave owning ancestor. At the same time, who doesn't have skeletons in their closet somewhere? And that was the what the fuck moment of the week.